Hello, hello. All right. So there's a lot of comments on Repzion's video. It seems like there's so many people who are outside of the community that are just now knowing about Nader Elshamy. Um, yeah, there's a lot of comments. I mean, Tina from Flint said before she met Nader in person, she told us he was controlling and demanding. After her first meeting, she told us the same. And then by the third, we knew that he was in prison for stabbing two people. Yeah, she's saying don't listen to Foodie Beauty's denials. Um, yeah, people talking about May and what happened there, um, and with how Foodie Beauty's involvement. People are glad that there's a spotlight on this man, calling him disgusting. He's quite the character, that's for sure. Somebody's saying that they're very much alike, which they are, that they never admit any wrongdoing. Yeah, I think they're both classic narcissists for sure. And then I like this from Heather Laura. She said the video with Didi is full crackhead mania energy or manic energy. The fact that she tolerated this is beyond me. Well, it's not past tense. She's still tolerating it. Didi seems to be either stuck or delusional or doesn't know how to get out of it. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, she definitely got herself into it. Yeah. Well, a lot of people seem to have liked this video. So by Repzion, I'm just kind of disappointed that it took an outsider to put this spotlight on Nader and not the people who have actually been following the story all along. Um, I guess they don't have the same following. Well, it's definitely getting out there. That at least is for sure. Yeah, Kari Solomon is thanking Repzion because of the frustration they feel that YouTube doesn't have any consequences for people like Nader who are given sort of free reign. I'm surprised myself. I just feel like I said in the previous video, there's certain things also he's doing that there are alternate platforms for it. I'm not sure why YouTube is the chosen place. Yeah. Uh, Nicole Cake said I couldn't imagine being Chantal and having multiple people make full-on documentaries about my antics and not think to myself, oh, maybe I'm part of the problem and maybe these people have a point. Well, mm, I don't know if you know Chantal and her antics, but she is not one for self-critique to be in that mindset. Yeah, a lot of people can't believe that he still is on the platform. Yeah, a lot of people are shocked by those videos that were released by Sam's Bar Lounge. I guess they're seeing it for the first time. Many people in the community are all too aware and know about those videos. There's trigger warnings all over them. Well, it's less than a month before his court date, so let's see what happens. Uh, yeah, someone's saying that they're not giving this woman enough credit. No one would even watch Nader if she didn't try desperately to keep him relevant. This woman is dangerous, says. Uh, yeah, I would agree with this. I don't, aside from his so called harem, I don't think many people would watch him. He'd kind of die up. I can't even say a slow, painful death on YouTube. Not literally, what I mean is his channel. Um, but had it not been for the fact that he's getting the attention, honestly, I personally cannot sit through any of his videos. They're they're unwatchable. Yeah, Broccoli says that Nada didn't want to be on camera for so long. She literally pushed him onto YouTube. Yeah, she did. Yeah, definitely did. But now he's loving it. Yeah, there's a warning that the ex mods are cloud chasers. They may contact him. Yeah, this is true. There's a bunch of those ones there. And then someone's talking about Chantal being a alibi for Nader when the whole May situation came up. Becca says truth is Chantal will be right back with him in a heartbeat. She is just as valid as she is. They deserve each other. Well, they are sort of two peas in a pod. I will say that they are quite alike. I think that's also why they hate to love each other, love to hate each other. We'll see what comes of this. That's for sure. Uh, Jamie says that we need to blame her just as much. She's the reason he has a platform. Well, she definitely pushed him onto the platform or encouraged him and helped him along. I'll say that much. Meredith Grimm, she's funny. She says, Chantal watching this later says in exclamation, I was drunk. I didn't mean that, obviously. I was high on edibles. I didn't mean that. You know what I mean. He's taking all of this out of context. And then the best one, save the best for last. He just wants to fuck me like everyone else. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. But yeah, she does think like that. I would like to see more on Dee Dee actually because she's definitely one who inserted herself in this situation with Nader and Foodie Beauty, and she seems to be really relishing that position. And I'm just curious as to how a woman um, at her age uh, and at that stage in her life she's interested in this kind of drama. Yeah. Catalina K mentions the fact that Chantal talked horribly about May. Yeah, she's pretty much talked horribly about anybody that disagrees with her, that is not on her side when it's familiar or convenient for her. Courtney said there's a weird, dirty underbelly of this community too. Many women simp hard behind the scenes for this man. This is so true. I don't know why and how. Like, are there not enough men around that they have to like latch onto this guy or be interested in them? And I mean, I wonder how many of them are trolling him. Beverly Pickett says absolutely heart wrenching to hear her cry for her daddy. Yeah, the thing is this: she had every opportunity to get out of the situation if she was concerned. The police had showed up at her door. Um, she could have kicked him out. And technically speaking, um, in in I'm not sure about Quebec actually, but I know in Ontario, and it might be the same for Quebec, where you could kick somebody out quite easily, and you don't have to go through the whole housing tribunal, the tenant board, uh, if it's not a self-contained apartment. So the fact that Nader is staying with Dee Dee in her condo doesn't mean that she can't get rid of him. It's not like she has to go through an eviction process, and the reason is it's not. He's not renting a self-contained unit. In other words, they share common elements, so they share the bathroom and kitchen. So she would be well within her right to basically have him removed. It literally would be a simple phone call even to the police if he refused to leave, because he would have no legal standing as far as a right to reside in the property. If she wants him gone, it's quite easy to do. But I mean, facing the ramifications of what could be a violent person, which he has demonstrated that he's capable of in the past, that might be something that none of us are privy to. What actually is going on there behind the scenes, right? Hi, drunk. Just going over the comments with Repzion's video. Hello, hello. I was just talking about how Didi could actually, in fact, kick out Nader from her condo if she wanted to, because it doesn't fall under the Tenant Act, away an apartment would. So I'm not sure if Didi actually is a victim in this too, or whether willing participant, or what really is going on with her. Maybe she is madly in love with him after all. Have you been following with what's going on with the two of them? Yeah. So we're pretty quiet in here. This is my first live, just testing out the waters here. So, but I'm enjoying reading the comments on the Repzion video. Oh, someone's saying that he should dig deeper into this mess. Well, it's a bottomless pit. You know, when they say there's a basement to hell, I think there's a sub basement to the basement on this one. Ah, oh, sorry. If you don't know the topic, it might not be interesting, but we could talk about something else too if you want. It was one of the reaction channels released supposedly this big expose on this character on YouTube. Yeah, so if you want, check her out. So her name is Foodie Beauty. So what it is, she's sort of a train wreck online, and she was seeing this guy. Um, So I'll just give you a little bit of a recap. So she was seeing this guy in Montreal, who turned out to be pretty. He has a criminal record. He stabbed two people. He's a bit of a cokehead, crackhead. Yeah, sure, I can. Uh, yeah, and then have you check her out anyway. Her name's Foodie Beauty, and then check out Nader Elshamy. You'll find it through there. It's quite something. So a lot of people are reacting on it. Uh, so you're drunk. Are you actually drunk? Is that the moniker you go by? It's funny because if that name would fit perfectly with the topic. Because this girl I'm talking about, she's mostly inebriated. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we'll do. Okay, so Foodie Beauty, she's the main character. Now Nader El El Shami El Shami, he's the boyfriend that left her for this other girl who used to be uh, not drunk yet. Okay, not currently. Okay, that's good. Uh, it is a weekend, I guess, so it wouldn't be bad thing. Okay, so he left her for this Didi Lulu person. Yeah, so those are the main three. So uh, Repzion, he's the reaction channel who did an expose on this that will really give you the full lowdown if you want something for shits and giggles tonight to watch. So oh yeah, she's live all the time, and progressively it's almost 10 o'clock. She's probably high on edibles by now. So if she's a little bit loopy, don't be surprised. So um, so you've never heard of her, eh? So welcome to the girl world. This is where all the drama happens, I guess. So yeah, but the Repson video, that's like I said, that's a good one to check out because I'll give you the whole like recap. It's quite entertaining. Yeah, so that Didi, yeah, so she used to be a member in Foodie Beauty's chat, and that's how she kind of like latched onto her boyfriend at the time, and then he ended up moving in with her. So now it's her problem, and he's been, I guess, beating her up a little bit. So, and it's all on YouTube, which is the amazing thing. Yeah, so Nader Al Shami is this Egyptian guy who's apparently a refugee here. He went to jail for stabbing, I think, his ex girlfriend. Yeah, they didn't steal her boyfriend. I think he's a grifter, as they call. So basically, he just kind of latched onto the next, I guess thirsty woman that would kind of like take him in, because he doesn't want to pay rent, he doesn't want to do anything, right? And in his head, he's this masterful chef. Um, you should look up his cooking videos if you can stand them anyway. Honestly, I can't sit through his videos, but if you watch the recaps, they're pretty funny. So yeah, now he lives with her, and there's videos out about him being pretty abusive to her. Um, like I said, I'm shocked that they're actually on YouTube. They haven't been taken down yet. That's sort of how this Repzion character got involved because there's so many people reporting this guy, and YouTube is not taking him down. So I mean, he's quite the catch, you know. And yeah, so uh, just the other day I made a video too because Didi was giving him a hand job like just off camera. I think 2 days ago. Then a few months ago, she was going down on him again on a live. Like it was just it's ridiculous the stuff they're doing, and it's like a bad car accident. It's hard to look away. Oh yeah, I'm dead serious. You know when they say truth is stranger than fiction? This is exactly it. I can't even make this up. I'm not. My imagination doesn't run that wild. I'm telling you, go watch Repzion's latest video. It's called the Nader Elshamy files. Watch it, and then you'll see. Yeah, oh yeah, it gets really wild. It gets crazy. So, Foodie Beauty herself, she's such a train wreck. That's why she actually has a following. I think most of the people who actually like, she's got like 90,000 followers, and it's just a bunch of haters mostly, or feeders, or people who actually want to like see her fall, I guess. So I think, I mean, clearly, I think they all have mental health issues. So that's really what it gets chalked up to, right? Unless this is the new normal, I'm not sure. So. So, Junk, you're gonna officially be entered into the club of or the world of Foodie Beauty. So all these other characters came about because of her, and now there's everybody's blaming her because they're saying that she provided him a platform and whatnot. But honestly, I mean, she did kind of help him along, but he's on it now. It should you know what? I should send you. Let me put a link in for the video I'm talking about for you, in case you can't find it. That's the link. That gives you like the full snapshot if you're bored. No, she didn't kick him out. She's still trying to get him back in her own way. She denies it. She hates him and all this stuff, but she can't stop talking about him. So he moved in with Didi. Um, no, she didn't kick him out because he never lived with her. He had his own little room, I guess they called the trap house, which was again the descriptor that she came up with, where it was sort of some rat guy used to live there and some weird girl I don't even know. Um, so I don't think she was quite done with him though. So she would kind of go to his place. She wasn't done with him, I think, in her mind. I mean, she creates these fairy tales. So I guess this Didi woman was in her chat, and then she was friending him up on the side, until he finally kind of met up with her, and then they started meeting up, and then that was that. Yeah, oh yeah, it's hood all the way. Yeah, I mean that's what they called it. Apparently it was pretty I don't know, ghetto-licious in a way. Like I said, she says there was some rat guy who called him rat guy, I guess, that was staying there, and there was some homeless woman that he may or may not have been sleeping with. Um yeah, it gets interesting. So yeah, but now he lives with Didi in her condo, and apparently, he's punched some holes in the walls over there. He's kind of put on the hitter over there. May have thrown a knife at her, or something like that. I don't even know. It's hard to keep up with all of it because there's always some new drama. So, but yeah, so the trap house is no more because he's living the high life with Didi in her condo in Lachine in Quebec. Where are you from? Yeah. So where's the? Oh, what was I looking for here? Oh yeah, you just saw that one, eh? Yeah, there's quite a few of them. And he basically almost threatened, like, there's a video of him in that video or another one where his ex-girlfriend about how if when he got out of prison, if she didn't already die, it would have been at his hands or something like that. Like, he's been threatening to basically kill people. I think even Foodie Beauty got a kind of threat from him like that. So this guy's pretty dangerous. And it's not even just like, hearsay, or it's not even that, okay, well, maybe he could. He has a proven past. He went to, oh, he's definitely abusive. But not only that, he's a murderer. He full on stabbed people. Or wait, not murder. I don't know if he killed them. I don't know if they died. Sorry, I have to retract that. I know he stabbed two people. He went to prison for that. I don't think they died though. So I'm not gonna make stuff up. But yeah, so and they tried to play it off that when that video that you watched, that he's slapping Didi, that they're into the dom, I guess they're into that kind of sex, the BDSM stuff. No, I don't think he. Like I said, I'm gonna correct that. I don't think he killed somebody. He stabbed two people. No, it was here in Canada. We're in Canada, so this happened in Canada. He was dating a girl, and I guess they were blocking him from leaving. They got into some altercation, and he stabbed a couple of them. I think the ex girlfriend and the cousin, or something to that effect. And then he went to prison for a while for it, and looks like he's itching to get back in there. I guess I don't know, but yeah, if you get hooked on this garbage, don't blame me. Yeah, yeah, Canadians aren't as nice as everybody else thinks, right? We have our trash too. So but anyway, on that note, we did have a lady, I guess another one of those girls. So he has this what they call the harem. So they have some women who are really interested in this guy. So this one girl drove over, this lady, elder lady, drove up from the U.S. and met up with him. And right now there's a court case. Apparently he sexually assaulted her. So yeah, that's the most recent allegation he had that's gone to court. So he's got a new court date coming up on October 12th. So everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen and whether this guy is going to even get deported because everybody wants him gone, sent back to Egypt. So he's assaulted a lady. She was an older lady that drove up to meet him. Her name's May. You'll find videos from her as well. That's another character. Mae, I think her name is. So she came up and filed the charges in Canada. Yeah, and oh yeah, and then he had moderators on his chat apparently who have other women who are trying to for some reason get with this guy. So there's Jessica Messica who was sending nudes to him, then outed him. There's a bunch of other women. I don't know what they see in this guy. I mean, just look at him. Like, I'm not sure what exactly is so mesmerizing about this guy. It's not even like, some women like the bad boy, whatever appeal. This isn't even that. This is psychotic. Maybe they have a death wish. I don't know. Then he went around doing a bunch of strikes on reaction channels. So everybody's fighting back because their videos were removed because this guy's claiming copyright. Uh, oh, that's funny. Don't think you're judging. There's everybody calls him everything. They call him Snaggletooth. Naffer, Naffer Tatty. They call him Nutter Butter. They call him everything under the sun. This guy has like a million nicknames. Um, and yeah, he's an interesting character. He looks pretty psycho in those videos where the one you mentioned where he's slapping Didi and about when he's a coward. I think he was coked up that time. That's sort of his real persona. I don't know if it's for clout. I think some of these women are thirsty. Maybe it's for clout. But I mean, if they want to get clout, I mean, Foodie Beauty has, like I said, 80, 90,000 followers. If you want clout, go like hang on to her coattails, right? This guy, I think whatever followers he has, he bought. He's oh yeah, I don't think he just sounds psycho. I think he is. Like there's no around that. Like and the thing is like you can't even make it up. You see it. It's on the videos. Like it's plain as day. You could watch and see it for yourself. It's not even like it's hearsay, you know? Oh, this guy's a little loopy. No, no, no. This guy is dangerous, especially when he's coked up. And I mean, he's known to do meth, so I mean that explains a lot too. Yeah, you think there's a million men out there, but I don't know what it is with this guy. Oh, I think he also has a reputation supposedly for having a sizable member. Supposedly, I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's got to be clout. But what kind of clout is it? Like the thing where any attention is good attention, be it negative or positive. I mean, but like this guy doesn't have that many subscribers to garner clout. I mean, now I think he's gonna with the latest video from Repzion, I think there's gonna be some clout involved because I think the whole community now, even outside of this community, is aware now. Uh, it's really kind of put the spotlight on this guy. But watch the videos before they disappear because they might be taken down soon, since there's so much attention on this now. So, oh, I'm gonna have to watch what Foodie Beauty is saying because she's probably all up in arms that the attention's off her right now. Okay, so Foodie Beauty originally was sort of a mukbang channel. She used to eat, yeah, food. No, not really food reviews. She used mukbangs mostly, and then she used to be dolled up a little bit, you know. So she used to take care of herself. She was dating this guy named BB, and then he left her, and then just shit went downhill real fast. And then now it's become just her getting high and then doing live streams and talking about nothing. She's like Nick Avocado, but he's got more business sense. Like he's really owning what he's doing. Hi, Jamin McCurley. Oh, Jamin, or is that Z or Zio? I'm gonna call it Jamin. Okay, I like it. Yeah, so we're talking about whether Foodie Beauty is like Nikocado Avocado, and I think she is honestly less less business savvy. She doesn't have the same organization. I think Avocado he actually purposely exaggerates things and he makes it a like he has this shtick that he does where Foodie Beauty is more just simply lazy. She just throws on her camera, gets high, and expects the chat to carry her whole, you know, conversation. She doesn't put any effort into it. She doesn't do any planning, and she's just 100% train wreck. And it's not for pretend. I know. I heard Nikocado Avocado is taking a break. He may be hospitalized. I'm not sure. I mean, he's not in good health by the looks of him. Oh yeah, she does that a lot, and until she passes out, when her edibles kick in, Foodie Beauty will just you'll see her eyes start to roll back, and then she's like, "Okay, guys, I gotta go." that's her that's her nightly routine, or before she has a full on like you know um, fridge raiding session. Oh, Beezer is her little her followers. Sort of like Lady Gaga has her little monsters. So if you're a Beezer, you're one of her little fan. It's a little fan club. If you want to be a member, and that's what they call it, you can go bees with her. You can pay for the honor if you want. There are like hardcore like Beezers that like defend this woman, but I think deep down inside they actually want her to like just uh, just fall. Like they encourage her. They encourage bad behavior. If you watch the chat, oh, what are we gonna eat today? Oh, why don't we go to why don't we go to get some fast food? Like they're trying to be sweet, but what they're doing is actually like laying her grave for her. You know? No, beezers. Oh, they have stingers, and they definitely have stingers. I'll say that. Uh, I don't know if they make honey, but it's a good question. Beezers, do they have stingers and make money? There, some of them have stingers for sure. Uh, buzz, buzz. That might be a new one. Oh, we should you do that. Yeah, the Beezers are buzzing. I like that. Yeah. So Jamie, have you are you familiar with Foodie Beauty? Is, we're talking earlier about Repzion releasing that video. Now a whole bunch of people who weren't previously familiar with her are. Didi got 4 videos on her channel. 3 of them about food. Oh yeah, she doesn't have much of a channel. She's, I think, dipping her toes in it, as I am too. So I mean, honestly, I don't have much either. So um, so one game I'm still waiting to exist is this Insect Civilization Simulator. It would be like an alternate universe. Okay, well, you need to go check out Foodie Beauty. So yeah, so if, I guess she's probably having her edibles kick in. Probably kicked in a long time ago already. So yeah, Foodie Beauty, she basically goes live almost every day. Yeah, I sent a link earlier. I'll send it again. This is the expose um, that you can go check out to give you like a intro into the whole world of this. They call it Chantal verse because her actual name is Chantal. So, oh, well, thank you. That's really sweet of you. I thought I'd be horrible at this. Actually, I don't think I'm any good. I have this couple problems with me. I apologize. Is that I talk really fast and I have an accent. Oh, drunk. My pleasure. But be forewarned, if you get hooked on it, don't watch that work. Because I actually it's my I'm ashamed myself. I'm like, it's my guilty pleasure in a way, but I can't watch her anymore. I just I kind of get onto the reaction channels to get the synopsis or like the breakdown of what happened, because I don't have time for that. So there's a lot of reaction channels out there that do y'all play any games like Civ? I'm not sure what that is, but I don't play any online games. Uh, really? The best streamers talk fast? Actually, I did hear a comment because everybody tells me I talk fast. And once I read a comment on a video, and this person said, "Oh my God, for once in my life, I didn't have to put I guess, increase the speed of the video." Sid Meier's Civilization. Sid Meier's. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I'm not hip to the ways of the online gamers. If that's something to do with it. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, me neither. Some people do spend a lot of time playing games online, and there's a huge cult following for that. I never got into it. I'd be scared that I'd just get hooked on something. I don't need any more bad habits. Foodie beauty is enough for me. I go wean myself off this. Oh, thank you, Jung. Wow, that's something. I never knew. I thought I'm gonna be talking to myself here for a while. I didn't expect you guys to pop in. So just said I'm not doing anything, and I was testing out some equipment, and I just watched a video from Repzion. So I said, "Hey, let me try. I'm gonna see how it goes. If you come meet me here, maybe I will." So, especially if you guys have any topics to talk about, we can go on a lot. So, yeah. So if you guys are also interested, Foodie Beauty has a lot of rages that you guys can check out, especially when she's hammered. She goes into full beast mode. Oh, that's why you're talking about colonies, Jamin. Okay. So, Jamin, is that something just you do, like you do professionally? You do videos, or is that a hobby? Um, yeah, you know what? Junk, I like streams too, especially if they're interesting. I really like a conversation. Oh, okay. I'm the same way. I do like learning about a lot of things I'm not familiar with. I'm sort of like jack of all trades and master of none. My attention is always all over the place. So anytime I get to learn about something new, okay. So there we go, Gem. And what maybe we should learn about ants. Could be interesting. Actually, speaking of, I was walking the dog today, and I was noticing when she was sniffing around that there's a bunch of little ant hills on one of the lawns, and I was thinking about what amazing architects they are and engineers and what they're capable of. I think there's a whole nother world in the insect kingdom, that we don't even know about. Just like they say that, we know more about much more about the planet than we have any clue what's going on in the sea because we haven't explored it enough. So, did you actually do the flight simulators, like the ones you can go to where you literally sit in the seat and have the screen in front of you? A flight boom. What is a nuptial flight boom? Hey, drunk, we're gonna learn something today. 100 species event for every human. Wow, that's crazy. I believe it though. I believe it, and I'm sure there's a lot we haven't discovered yet. Yeah, 95%. I wasn't sure about the percentage, but yeah, I mean, even now they're discovering things in the Marianas Trench as well, right? There's so many species, and I mean, and are they still evolving? Like how fast? What's the pace that some of these things evolve? Sorry about my light flickering there, guys. Every time I think the light bulb's not screwed in properly. Every time I bump my desk. Oh, okay, on computers, because I've been to for the flight simulation. I've been to one where it's an actual flight simulator. You go and you sit and you have these big screens, like almost like a 3D, and you actually get the feel of what it would be like to fly the plane. Speaking of insects, I remember when I found out that the centipedes, like they're pretty creepy looking. I used to always be terrified of them when I was younger, and then I once found out their lifespans. They live like 8 years or something, and I have not been able to kill one since. Nuptial. When aliens come up from the ground and make new colonies. Right, give me another. Oh wow. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna Google that too. I think. Thanks for the correction there. Nuptial. Okay. Wow. Definitely know your ant. You're well versed on that. Your ant world. Um, Definitely nothing to do with what we started talking about. we did a we did a 180 there for sure. So mm. And so I'm gonna Google something too. Sorry guys, I'll be. So how come it is only ants that you're interested in? Oh, I lost you guys. Trying to figure out. I have so many tabs open. Oh, there we go. So, Jamin, question for you: why is it that you're focused on ants, or entirely, or do you have any other interest within the insect world? I'm sure ants themselves have quite enough things about them that are interesting. I'm just curious. Ooh, that must have hurt. I've felt red of fire ants before, and I'm sure the ones down south there would be really bad. Oh, okay. Oh, and so, gentlemen, when you're saying they're similar to humans, are you talking about like their social construct, their kind of way of life, and how they work together? They're codependent. Yeah, fire ants are mean. They're not nice. Just like wasps. Wasps are a holes. They sting you for no reason, just for free. Yeah. What is it? Is it for ants? What's the statistic? Is it 500 times their body weight they can carry, or something like that? Okay. Wow. So do you keep ant colonies at home? Like they have those kits and stuff? Yeah. Ah, maybe he's scared that they're gonna escape. Could you imagine if you kept a colony of fire ants and they escaped? And yeah, they're definitely efficient. I don't know. In that way, we are and aren't like them, because I think if humans were to work better together in communities, um, we'd accomplish a lot more. Not that we haven't, but we'd accomplish a lot more, I think, than we have in general. Oh, I still remember too. I remember being at the park years ago when I was like, must have been 10 years old, and I was in the park and I stepped on some fire ants, and they were tiny, tiny little buggers. And oh my God, I still feel the sting. Oh, okay. Wow, Jeremy, you know so much about ants. Wow. We're learning a lot today about ants. Jeremy, are you asking Junk about his experience with the ants? Because if you're asking me, I have no idea what they were. All I know, they were small. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that either. I'd feel comfortable if they had a tarantula or something like that. Something that's like manageable. I think if you have even like a container full of crickets, it's hard to contain them. I know. When I was young, I used to have everything. I used to have a little zoo in my room. I love animals. I used to bring home everything. I'd study them and then I'd release them. Of ant covering about 200 different types of fire ants. Okay, so you weren't kidding about 200 for how many people? How many species did you say? To scroll back. There we go. 100 species for every human, you said. 200 just the fire ants. Well, there you go. Like you learn about Foodie Beauty and her wonderful beau, ex beau, and yeah, and here we are. I'm learning about ants as well. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to Google that. Is this a scientific term? I'm gonna Google that one right now. See, I like that we're learning something. It's a scientific term. It's mostly minute, monomorphic, wholly subterranean species. Wow, you're serious about your ants. Ooh, that must have been painful. Actually, I have an ant story for you guys. I remember when my elder brother and sister, they're twins, and they uh, they were playing on the ground. They must have been around like 5 years old or something, and they were playing, and there was a little ant crawling on the ground. And my sister told my brother that, oh look, the ant is there. Oh my god, look, the ant is crawling on your leg. And then he's like, oh my god, look, the ant went inside your leg. It's crawling inside your leg. And my brother was like hysterical, screaming, and he couldn't like you couldn't calm him down. Like he's like, the ant's inside my leg, the ant's inside my leg. They had to literally take him to the hospital to calm him down because he was hyperventilating. He was freaking out that he had an ant inside his leg. Thanks to my sister. Oh boy, was she in trouble. We still bug him about that. Yeah, isn't that the case? Whenever you talk about any kind of insects, all of a sudden you feel like an itch somewhere on your body, and then you start chasing it. Let's see. I think you probably don't get that because Jem, because you're probably like it's like nothing to you. It's sort of like people who aren't scared of mice, like they don't get phased at all. Where people who are freaked out by them, they just the sight of it, they're jumpy. It's like a placebo effect, maybe. Oh yeah, mosquitoes will do that to you. So I keep after bite in case. Yeah, you have a very nice appreciation for ants. And drunk, what are you into? What's your favorite topic? I haven't seen that movie. Is it like a comic movie? Oh, okay. Mm. Oh, okay. It's marveling. They don't make them how they used to. The Marvel movies. It's like the all the special effects now are just out of the world. It's hard to follow. Just too much movement for sports chats. Okay, what kind of sport? Just general sports, everything. Okay. Yeah, live streams are fun because you never know what's gonna happen, especially if you watch Foodie Beauty. You get an idea, but then you get thrown a curveball. Oh wow! Okay, there you go. So, Drunk, there's your new topic. You can talk about sports, about the ants and fighting. Oh, okay, so you're like a full-on sports fan. Mm. I don't know. I think sports is a thing for some people. I'm not too into sports, to be honest. Those dominant no chance on for actual battles. Wow. So like, Jamin, you're saying that these ants actually like come up with like battle plans now? Oh yeah. Do they have any live fights? Yeah. Mm. Not, there's not as much celebrity drama right now, especially with what happened with Queen Elizabeth II passing away. I think a lot of the focus is on that going on right now. So yeah. Was it that guy Andrew Tate? He got canceled recently too. That was something I know Joe Rogan was talking about recently. As far as I don't know, he's not technically considered a celebrity, but he's got a big online presence. Junk, have you watched? Are you into Nikocado Avocado? I can't watch him personally. What do you guys think about Andrew Tate? I mean, I think on some level he has some good points. The one thing I don't, yeah, I know he's very polarizing. He's not 100% wrong in what he says. I think it's his method and his delivery sometimes are lacking. And the other thing is, let's be real, he's what he's doing is having everybody repost all his stuff. It's like that it's almost like a pyramid scheme, and he's denying it. I mean, there's a bit of brilliance behind it, but I mean, you know well, I mean, let's be fair. I'm not saying everything he says is right, but I mean, he has some valid points. I mean, call it how I see it, right? He's got a lot of BS too that comes out of his mouth too. I was watching one about how his woman, he asked his woman to make him like two coffees in the morning, but he never drinks the other. And like his point was like, it was a non-point. Like I don't get stuff like that. Like that's sort of weird, but there's some things that he does touch on that are true. Well, I that's it too, right? I mean, what you're doing is controlling free speech when you kick people off the internet. Like, what is the point of having it if you're going to moderate it to that level? But then it brings me back to this Nader Elshamy. Should he be deplatformed when or should he be given a voice? Like, where does that line get drawn? Like where is that sweet spot where you can say, okay, we're not gonna deplatform you as long as you color within the lines, and these are the lines, or what is it? I think the concern with Andrew Tate was that he was influencing a lot of young males, and I think because he picked up such momentum, some people found it concerning. Like I said, he's very polarizing. So uh, and some of the things he says is problematic for sure. Yeah, that's it too. That's why I don't watch Nikocado Avocado, because he's too out of this world. Back in the day, he seemed so sweet and everything, and then now he's just like trying to be overly dramatic, and I don't like that contrived, uh, type of video that he puts out these days. So I don't watch him because of that. But it's sad to see him destroy himself the way he has. So hate speech is a term that needs a concrete definition. Otherwise, the internet is anarchy. Yeah, I think so. So okay, so Jamin, would you qualify and Andrew Tate as saying most of his things would be classified under hate speech? Oh, is that? I didn't even hear about that. About about him being a role model, and then yeah. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. But I mean, I know, like I said, Joe Rogan was talking about him a little while back, and he wasn't exactly defending him, but he wasn't throwing him under the bus. But he was calling him sort of like brilliant for his marketing scheme, which I think is manipulative. But then again, if you want to say capitalism is capitalism and people fall for it, let them. But then where do you draw the line? Okay, well, I mean, if you watch some Andrew Tate's videos where he's doing podcasts with female panel members, uh, I think some of it is borderline. Some of it isn't. Like I said, he's got some good points in some regards, but then some of other things he says is questionable, and he's not fair in some way where he'll talk over people, and he keeps repeating himself. Those people that kind of they repeat their point and just repeat it louder and until you agree with them or until they intimidate you into agreeing with them, and he does that sometimes. uh then that's for me like a sign of insecurity in a way. Yeah, well, that's it. He's not the only one doing it, right? I mean, almost the majority of the internet is just a bunch of scams, right? But I guess there is a lot of impressionable people out there too. So I mean, the concern is like I'm sure you guys have heard of, like, what is it, the MACTA movement, those men going their separate ways. I mean, if you go down that rabbit hole too, if you have some young males, like for example, if you had a son, would you want him going down that way, or do you guys agree with those kind of uh I guess ways of thinking? Well, you're right, Drunk. They wouldn't have banned him if he didn't have such a huge following, because that's the whole point. They have to, if he didn't have a poll, if he didn't have, you know, if he didn't have the influence, then he would be a non-issue. But because he has the influence, that is why he is an issue. If he was just a little, like, small little, fish in the sea, they wouldn't bother with him at all. Yeah. Or what do you call those guys? Those those voluntarily celibate, involuntarily celibate guys online. A lot of them hate women and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, hi, Master Blackjack. Yeah, you know what? You're right. They do kind of ban. I mean, I've heard of small YouTube channels being banned. Um, I, I, I guess, but they don't get the publicity, so you don't notice it as much. I do think we need some kind of middle ground, but like I said, where is that middle ground, right? Where is it? I mean, even now with for example, like, this is going to be a controversial topic, but even with the trans community right now, there's huge backlash too, where you know they push the line so far one way now that it's kind of swinging back the other way, right? Now people are detransitioning and realizing that they went too fast and that the doctors were pushing things, and now they're realizing that, hey, you know what, after puberty blockers and hormone therapy, you can't really go back. It's not as easy as that once you go through operations and everything like that. um, but there's this huge movement in that direction. So again, when you talk about lines, where do you draw the line? And you have people who speak out against it, and they're just going to be labeled as transphobic or whatever it is. Some people are, and some people are legitimately, raising concerns. Like, for example, putting, young people on puberty blockers. Those are decisions that you can't undo later, right? Yeah, exactly. You're right. These platforms are the new town square. It's like everybody's given a soapbox, and you can stand on it and say whatever you want, right? I mean, and maybe you get demonetized. You might lose your channel. You might not. I mean, where we started this talk with the video I was saying about that Nader guy. He still has a platform. He has videos of him beating up women. He's got, you know say whatever unless it's breaking the law. So when we're talking about breaking the law, I know that Jamin was saying too about, like, it's hate speech. So we could put that as a black and white, saying if it's breaking the law, it means it's hate speech. So hate speech is where we would draw the line, and then we leave it to the governments to decide what that line is. Well, hate speech is actually a crime, isn't it? I mean, for example, you can get charged if you draw a swastika on a building. I mean, not for the mere act of defacing property, but the fact that it is considered hate speech, right? Like, I mean, in Canada, definitely you'll get a talking to for sure about it. Yeah, this is it. It is. I mean, I always say the same thing. Like, everything is being controlled, and people love it. The fact that right now, even with technology, everybody's inviting everything into their homes. Like, for example, all these devices in Siri, where people back in the day during World War II, people would be scared that they're being spied on by the government. Now people are letting everything and anything track them, and they don't care that they're being controlled, and they don't care that even their thoughts are being manipulated. You know, I'm not conspiracy wise. I'm talking about, like, just the information that they keep feeding you through media. Why can't someone hate? I mean, I think what it is I think what it comes down to is, you can hate all you want, but maybe some things should just be kept to yourself. Maybe, say inside voice, outside voice kind of deal. Not everything has to be, you know, put onto somebody. Yeah. Well, I mean, you hate mayonnaise and pickles. Well, you know what? You and I will never get along because I actually don't mind mayonnaise and pickles. I'm joking, but no, well, I mean, okay. Here's a good one, guys. When people say, if you don't like to date somebody of a certain race, and they'll say, "Well, you're racist," and then person was like, "No, I'm not racist. It's just my preference." Or if you don't like to date somebody who's, morbidly obese, you'll be like, "Well, you're fat phobic, or you're this or that." Well, no, it could just be a preference. So yeah, see, that's it. People before the government wiretap my home. People now, hey, wiretap, exactly what I'm talking about. Like, if you go back to especially communist Eastern Bloc countries in Europe, you'll really see people, the older generations, and their paranoia about the government listening, because their neighbors used to snitch on them too. No, Master Blackjack. If you want hate speech, I think what is more damaging than hate really is indifference, and the reason is, when You're so indifferent to something that you don't even give it an emotion like hate. I think that's the ultimate, you know, that's the ultimate way of showing your disdain for something. Oh no, Miracle Whip. No, that's not mayo. No, 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 no. No way. No way. Not in my book. Miracle Whip is not mayo. I do not eat Miracle Whip. I think Miracle Whip is a very American thing. No, mayo all the way. And no low fat mayo either. If you're gonna go low fat, just don't eat mayo. Yeah, see, I think that's true. There you go, Master Blackjack. You're really spewing the hate tonight, eh? Calling a dirty cousin. Oh wow. Uh oh. You're gonna give Miracle Whip a complex soon. Oh, tartar sauce. I think that yeah, I think tartar sauce is okay on fish sticks. I tried the olive oil mayo too. I didn't hate it per se, but I didn't nothing to write home about. Oh, they have the if you mix sriracha sauce and mayo together, that's actually not a bad combination. I don't think I ever bought Miracle Whip in my life. Every time I had it in something, I'm like something's off about it. There's just this weird like tangy aftertaste after. Well, I mean, I don't know. Tartar sauce, I would think it's made. What is it made with actually? Relish and mayo and I don't know what a scapular is. Well, that was random. Okay, it's no, it's supposedly like a bone in the shoulder, a triangular shaped bone, shoulder blade. There we go. We're learning something. Okay? Am I right, Jamin? I googled that by the way. Oh, okay. All right. Enlighten us then. Don't tell me it's something to do with ants. And Junk, did you get shoulder blade or not? That's what I got. Oh, it's a religious thing. Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, okay, I got it the second time around. Oh, thank you, Master Blackjack. I thought Junk was saying the same thing. I thought he was trying to flatter me. But yes, it's my first official. So why are we bringing up a scapular, Gemin? Just out of curiosity. Does, are we gonna make little ones for the ants? We're gonna send them to church. Is it? It's a Catholic thing, I'm presuming. Yeah, I think it's yeah. This is definitely Catholic. Wow, you guys are too sweet. Oh, okay. When you said, Gemma, when you said you moved here, what do you mean here? What is here? So you wear one? You're not a priest, are you? Or just a devout Catholic? I know those little like medallions that A lot of Catholics swear. It's either as a pin or as a um or a little pendant. Or are you Orthodox? Russian. Ruski. Okay. Oh wow, thank you guys so much. Yeah, so Catholicism is another interesting topic. There's a lot of devout Catholics still, especially well, I'm from Canada. Well, I'm not originally from Canada, but here in our French-speaking province in Quebec, there's quite a rich history of Catholicism. Even their swear words are in French, derived from uh, Catholic imagery and items like um, one of them is tabernacle, which is like basically like the tabernacle in a church. That's how they swear around there. So yeah. When is the next live update dropping? Next live update? Oh, you're telling me about rabbit hole and religion. It is hard. I mean, I think for people who aren't religious, the best thing you can do is sort of uh, believe in something that's universal, something that transcends any religion and any denomination. I'm speaking for people who aren't religious per se, because humans in general tend to be, um, spiritual. So if you just, I think there's universal laws that are right and wrong no matter what religion. If you go into semantics is one thing, but if you say, you know what, everybody can agree that it's not, right to hurt someone, or it's not right to take advantage of other people and things like that. Not right to kill somebody. Do the right thing. You know, I if you live your life according to that, then I think that's an important criteria. For other people, it's about anything that's monotheistic, as long as you believe in there's only one God, as opposed to people who believe in multiple gods, right? Um, You know what, Jamin? I think your answer gonna have they're gonna be like AI. They're gonna take over everything. Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, even after death, I remember when I experienced someone close to me dying, and I say someone. She was my dog, but it was like someone anyway, so can't negate it. And I was there with her when they were putting her down, and I tried to calculate that moment when she was crossing over the rainbow bridge, but I didn't catch the moment. I didn't know when it happened, even though I was right there with her. And then I contemplated, where does it go? Like, and again, I tried to look at it from a perspective of what applies to any religion, all religions. And when they say the soul, if you look at the soul as an energy, and they say energy cannot kind of disappear, it can change and convert into something else. So if you look at the soul as an energy, and there's then a couple options you can have. It's like, okay, if with our ego it might stay intact and then go on to the next life, or what if it's an energy and it's sort of like it disperses back into the universe the same way it came before you were conceived. I thought about these things at the time, and I was thinking, if you kind of believe in those things, it doesn't matter what religion you believe in, it kind of holds true in a way. I think if you're into organized religion, you'll be more inclined to think that the soul stays intact, because that would preserve your ego in a way. Yeah, maybe the ants will be a prototype for nanobots. Well, nanotechnology is coming a long way. Even with the cell phone towers and millimeter wave technology and all that too, they're going down to the minuscule things of almost everything now. Yeah, that stuff happens. I had a weird out of body experience once too, where it's like I got transported to a previous life. And I'm not saying I believe in reincarnation, or anything like that, but I had the same thing. I was sent back to this life where an I was in India. I was a man, and I was riding in a rickshaw with my new bride beside me, and I was holding her hand. And I tell you, it was like the most realistic, vivid experience that I ever had. Sleep paralysis, I think it could in a way because that okay, that would be scary. Yeah, I believe it. I think people do have these experiences. Oh my god, that would be spooky. Is and Gemma, was that like an actual like experience you had, or was that uh, a dream or yeah? And during okay, oh yeah, that will do it for sure if you live near an airport. Yeah. Well, they say people who do psychedelics too, their experiences are so real. I think there was a podcast they were talking about somebody did a not stevia or something it was called, I forget, but apparently you take it and for like just in a few minutes you live like the span of like 3 months and you have this like alternate life and everything. It's crazy how much we don't understand about the human mind. You know what? I thought about trying shrooms too, but I would I don't know if I'd ever pull the trigger, and I think you would have to be under some kind of supervision. Because imagine if you go on a trip and you don't have anyone to talk you through it. Apparently, you'd need somebody to talk you through it. Yeah, there's so much we don't understand. Just gave you gas. Okay, well, maybe you took them with beans. I'm not sure. Shrooms on steam. I like stream. Okay. Oh God, shrooms on stream. Oh wow. Okay, you know what? Maybe we should get Foodie Beauty to do that. That's down her alley. Getting high on stream. That would be up her alley for sure. Oh, it's so funny. No, so she met up with this other guy. Got him high, I guess, last night on a live stream. He was greened out pretty badly. Shrooms on stream. You know what? That is a good name. You should claim that one, Master of Blackjack, before someone takes it. And then you can host the next live stream. get, we'll get some volunteers. Oh, that would be messed up. You know what I think would be interesting is if you're any kind of artist too, is actually doing whatever your craft is while you're on shrooms. Like what would you produce? Okay. Yeah. John, we were just talking about the effects it could have. I mean, I don't personally do drugs either. I would just be curious about like certain psychedelics that do give you like this out of the world experience, not for the sake of getting high, not as a recreational thing, but more as an experience. Not that I don't know if I'd ever follow through with it though. Okay, nice to chat with you, Junk. Hopefully see you again. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You guys will have to come up with a name. Well, I'm gonna think about it, guys, because this is still very, very new for me. Hosting a RP. What's an RP? Yeah, a role play. I don't know. When are you doing this role play? Okay, I like that. We can go with that for now. Take a. Oh, it's fully text based. Yeah, I might try that, Jamin. Probably not tonight because I'm not sure what time you have over there, but it's kind of late on my time here because it's 11 p.m. over here. But I'll look into that for sure. Is there a link or something? All right, have a good one, Junk. We'll see you again. Master Blackjack, have you done this before? All right, we'll come again. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, so I haven't done any kind of role playing before, so I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. All right. Oh, we're gonna have our first official mods here, eh? We're gonna go there and see how that goes. Yeah, try now. Yeah. So, Master Blackjack, you're saying you have too many YouTube channels. So what kind of YouTube channels do you have going on? All right, Jem, I'm gonna check that out in a little bit. Uh, Clips like what you do, like find clips online and kind of do compilations. Oh, okay, you burned out a bit. I know a lot of people who do YouTube a lot. They take breaks eventually. I think it can be a lot. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So before you guys came on, Junk and I were discussing Foodie Beauty. I'm not sure. Master Blackjack, have you heard of her? She's a bit of a train wreck online. And Repzion was doing a reaction to her. Not like a kind of a full on expose on the boyfriend. Oh, so you don't know it either, eh? Yeah, I'll send you a link, and then let me just find it again. When you get a chance, check it out because that's how this live started. So we're discussing that. Um, yeah, so this guy, he's on YouTube and he's quite a shady character. So yeah, Jamin, I will check that out a little bit. I think give me some time for that, and we'll check out what that role play is. Yeah, so she's dating this guy who's been exposed now as a bit of a deviant, and he still has a platform. So Yeah, he's a twisted character. He's I don't know if I have a favorite hobby. Um, I spend a lot of time with my dog. She's sort of my thing. I like to I like to cook. I like to go for walks. She's a little Yorkie. Usually she's here behind me, but I think she's in the living room. You can see the little toy in the background there and the food dishes. Sophia. Yeah, she's a little Yorkie. She's a little troublemaker. She kind of looks like a Morkie though. She's a My other dog passed away. I couldn't deal. I always had rescues, and then same day I ended up going on Kijiji. This was during COVID. The day I put my dog down, I couldn't deal with another one. I got a Kijiji special, and yeah, she's a Kijiji special. She's a sweetie though. Thing is, I used to always rescue dogs, and everybody told me, "Oh, stop! Always getting older dogs because they keep dying and everything." But I'm all about rescuing. But it is sad, when you rescue a dog and they get old so fast, and then you lose them. I had like 5 rescues, and all of them passed. So yeah, I spent a lot of time with her. So yeah, I know we know that Jamin, your hobby is the ants, the ant master. So you should change your name to Ant Master, the ant coordinator. Yeah, Master Blackjack, you missed all the fun facts about ants that Jamin was throwing at us earlier. There's so many. Oh my god, it's like the ant expert. So all right, so I was reading some of the remarks earlier. Master Blackjack, did that link work for you? Just make sure I sent you the right one. The right one. I can't talk anymore. Yeah. So this guy, he was seeing the equivalent of. Oh, Aussies are smart, and Australian, yeah, they're smart dogs. Any of like the herding type dogs are brilliant dogs. Yeah. So what it's saying is this Foodie Beauty, she's the equivalent of Nikocado Avocado, but like the Canadian train wreck version of her. And then she was seeing this guy who turns out to be an abusive POS. So now another larger reaction channel got on board and did a reaction video on him. That's how I started the stream. Uh, so yeah, he's stabbed a couple people, went to prison. He's like a refugee from Egypt. Hasn't yet been deported. I don't know if they can deport him or not, but apparently he's been digging his little paws into other women online. He's built himself quite the little harem of, I don't know, desperate women, I guess. Not sure what they see in him, but okay, whatever, teach their own. But now it's getting some traction. It's been sort of in the underground for a while, and now it's sort of the Pandora's box has been opened by this new video that was released. Now a bunch of people were not in the community before are now being made aware of this whole situation. So And he was saying that Foodie Beauty was actually live when we started this chat too. Oh, it's getting there. Especially, it's getting to be cold. Last couple days, you notice like a shift in the temperature. Like it just happened, literally, like night and day. So it's getting chilly at night now. You definitely need to put on a sweater. Oklahoma, eh? You guys get a lot of tornadoes out there, no? In Oklahoma. And German, how did you end up from Russia? You came from Russia and ended up in Oklahoma. That's an interesting switch. No, I haven't. No, you guys getting a lot of tornadoes? Tornadoes? Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't isn't some places get a lot of tornado? No, hurricanes are in like late fall or early winter. It's hurricanes. I'm thinking. So somebody I know said to me, I don't know why people what they expect when they live in a place called Hurricane Valley. What do they expect other than hurricanes? Yeah, I was driving through Toledo once and narrowly missed a tornado. I remember I was with a friend of mine. He was doing his first. He had his trucker license for the big rigs, and he was doing his first trip to the U.S. and he asked me to go with him. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, the weather in some places that you guys get over there is crazy. It's in certain regions in Canada they have more of like the forest fires out in the west coast, and then otherwise near the St. Lawrence River. This is probably more going towards Quebec. You get a lot of flooding. Oh, that would be crazy. Oh, I don't even know what I would do if like, there was trying to outrun a tornado. And you guys have those tornado chasers too, don't you? I saw some videos on that before. That's some stuff, man. Oh yeah, earthquakes. That's not fun either. Are you guys uh are you guys getting any rain down there at all? Oh, I didn't even know what I would do. Nah, that's what I thought. Just drought, eh? That's crazy. I'm not sure they're still like planning so much infrastructure down there too, knowing like that the climate, with the climate change and everything. What's gonna happen over there? What's the future planning? Like, aren't they shipping in water like through pipelines already to supply the area? How is this sustainable? Like, I don't get that whole area down there. Yeah. Yeah, see, this is it. You guys have opposite problems, right? You get flooding in one area and then the drought in the other. Yeah, make sure you have the proper grading in your yard, Jamin, because you got to redirect the water, especially from storms like that. Maybe set up some pumps too. Yeah, well, I mean, isn't most of the water coming in already being shipped in through, like I said, pipelines? Isn't it coming through that way? And there's already restrictions on water over there, isn't there? You can only like water your lawn on specified days. There's incentives not to have like actual lawns, like grass. But then you go to places like Florida, and they're saying that Florida is gonna, like Miami in particular, it's gonna be underwater in the next 20 years completely. That's a very interesting topic, actually. Nuclear power. I was saying that to someone too. Yeah, that's it. I mean, the nuclear power is probably cleanest energy you can have. It's the only issue with it is what do you do with the waste, right? Then the other thing is I think they should be doing more infrastructure in terms of desalinating water because that could be a solution, especially for places like California. Yeah. Well, I mean, you still have what's the Japan nuclear station is still leaking. So is Chernobyl. I mean, Chernobyl still has. I mean, I don't know if it's not. I think it's pretty much contained now, but you still have the high radiation levels. So I think people are just generally scared of anything nuclear. Well, it's just like I think it was every decade they had a new topic du jour. Like they always said, okay, well, now the fad is oh, okay, well, nuclear is bad. Then it was acid rain. Then it was, uh, global warming. Now it's not global warming anyway. Now it's climate change. It's always something else that they're pushing. And really, what is the real thing? I don't think anybody knows the how bad it really is. I think it's worse than anybody knows. Well, there hasn't been a nuclear meltdown in 20 years, but I mean, there has been Japan. I don't know if you recall. I mean, I don't know if you classify that as a meltdown, but it's still seeping water into the ocean, and they've tracked the radiation into marine life, like on the other side of the world, that it's being leaked. Right? I know China is upset with them trying to dump more of the waste into the ocean as well. Well, I heard when the Ukraine got invaded and they were in the area of Chernobyl, they were disturbing a bunch of the radioactive material over there too, and the radiation levels were up again. Well, okay, so what would you have the Japanese government do? What do you think would be the right course of action, just out of curiosity? I still don't think there's enough. Like, I agree that it's probably the cleanest source of energy, but they haven't really solved the problem of a lot of the concerns that people would have around it, especially in regards to safety and what happens if something does get attacked. Like, I mean, might be a bad example, but for example, a terrorist attack or something, you send one of these drones, over and equipped with whatever bomb they have going on now. It could be a disaster, right? Oh, there's actually, I forget what it's called. There's a really cool website where you can actually check like the world atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb stockpiles of like the biggest nations that actually have them, and how many kilotons they have and what devastation they would wreak on different areas. I should find the link. I don't know if you guys seen that before. It's really interesting. What is you're saying first remove all the radio waste and put it through the renewal program? What is the renewal program entail? Is this an official thing? That's something called the renewal program. I'm not aware of it. Well, what was the design flaw in Japan? Wasn't it the tsunami that caused it? What could it have been engineered better in that case? Oh, okay. So it's almost like reusing it. Okay. The backup generators were in the basement. But wasn't there a structural damage because of the tsunami? Or was it just the generators? I thought there was structural issues there, not just the actual design layout of the plant itself. So it was the meltdown that caused the structural damage. So it happened in that order, I guess, that sequence. So it's been a while. Like I probably knew this information before, but it's been how many years now? Yeah, Master Blackjack. There's a ton of interesting documentaries too on YouTube too about the water issues that are rampant down where you live. It's pretty dismal. Should be in a high secure place. Noise. And if how do you? Oh my God! I guess there's a lot of infrastructure that would be required to create the height for these generators too. That could withstand earthquakes as well, because isn't it near a fault line in that particular one? Hence the tsunami that hit. Backups for the backups and the backups. Okay. Again, I mean, I'm sure in theory, it is, but I would still say that you're gonna have, the human element that will at some point cause some kind of problem, right? It's almost like inevitable. Like it'd be hard to say there's a perfect system for nuclear power that is like completely, devoid of any possible, you know, catastrophes that could kind of happen. Yeah, I think nothing in life is perfect, right? But I mean, you're right in one sense. I mean, when you think about what the other options are, nuclear seems to be, eh, maybe a necessary evil in a way, right? So that's why I know it's still a good idea to keep like what is it, the potassium tablets on hand either way, right? You never know if there's an emergency. I mean, I'm sure if you grew up in Russia, you guys probably had it in your household or were told to keep it. Mm. I don't know. It's kind of sad for people who have. I don't know if you have kids that worry. I worry about the next generation. It's almost like the last few generations destroyed the planet, desecrated it, and then now the poor souls who are going to come after, they're going to have to deal with the ramifications of everything that's happened. They're saying that the momentum, the environmental impact that's been put into force cannot even be stopped at this point because the momentum is too great, right? You can't reverse it now. It's like it's snowballed now. I don't even know how anybody living in like down south in the US, how people are surviving now with the heat. The midnight clock is closer to midnight than the heat of the Cuban. Yeah, this is it. So, German, you're from Russia. What are your thoughts on Putin? He's a polarizing figure. He's dirty fascist. Full stop, eh? Yeah, yeah. He's probably up there. I wonder if who's hated more in the world. Is it Trump or Putin? Putin. He's a smug character, eh? I feel bad for what happened over in Ukraine. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's a topic that you can kind of deep dive into as well. I think it's Trump's character. I think if Trump stuck to his valid points because he has some, instead of making himself out to be a clown, he'd get more respect. I think it's his method that gets under people's skin. It's not all about his policies or anything like that because let's be honest, none of the previous presidents had any better policies in place either. They all have their places where they lacked. I think Trump just rubs people the wrong way. who who would be who would be a clown? There's too many to count, I think. Yeah, well, Biden, I think he's losing his mind. I think he's going senile. So he's not any. You know what? This is it. This is the thing with any politician too, right? You have to pick which is the better of the evil. They're all deeply flawed, and really when you look at it too, like at the end of the day, how much are these presidential puppets really in control of anything? It's the administration behind them really is pulling the strings. I mean, I think they're more or less sort of a face for it when you think about it. But I mean, you could probably speak better to it since you're over there. We have our own clowns over here, so yeah. Well, no war won yet. Bunch of money spent, billions, trillions of dollars spent on what? And the thing is, this: the U.S. is not the golden boy that it was once, right? It wasn't where before everybody considered it all the land of the free, and the U.S. actually had like a reputation. I think that went downhill real quick, especially once Bush was done with it. And then they're going to be causing just generations of suffering for people in the US. Same thing that Putin is doing in Russia. It's going to be intergenerational, just poverty and depression, and people, they're not going to see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to take years to come out of it. Well, I don't even know what the point is. Like, every every move that the US has made is either to meddle or to, have some kind of motive or is a political play on one front or another, right? I mean, the U.S. had a huge hand in what's going on with Israel and Palestine as well, right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna head off. It's getting a little bit late here, so we'll do this again soon. It was really nice chatting. Not sure what time you guys have over there, but we'll see you guys soon. All right. Have a good one, guys. Okay.